What's going on, guys? Squishy Muppets here, and today's video is the 12th episode of Road to Grand Champion. Now, we are currently Superstar Division 3 at the beginning of this episode, so by the end of this, we might possibly be champion and get into the purple ranks, which will mean longer queue times. But for this episode alone, guys, I went through about an hour worth of queue times, which is ridiculous. I did do this episode was recorded all in the morning hours, about 6 to 7 a.m., something like that. Our first game was against Derek. He is a streamer. If you guys haven't checked him out, be sure to check him out. He's a really good dude, entertaining guy, got some great streams, definitely tries his best to help out people, gives them as much information as possible on playstyle and all that good stuff. So if you haven't checked him out, definitely go check him out. Really cool guy. But anyway, let's get straight into the gameplay. So here I try to do a fake challenge to get Derek to give me the ball, and all I'm trying to do here is get possession, get myself going on a very threatening play, and I know I'm gonna have a free goal. All I gotta do is get around the ball. I did that exactly. Derek did the best he could here. He tried to make a challenge, which was very good from him. The only issue was when he made his challenge, it was a little bit off, and it was just too much of a recovery time to get back to the ball. So now I have a chance to go back for boost. Derek's gotta try to make a dribble here. I'm going to go for a challenge as quick as possible and be as unexpected as possible. Now the only way I can get this into my goal is by hitting it off the wall, passing it to myself pretty much, and just getting a free goal overall. Now Derek, he did all he could here, tried his best to get a challenge in, and it was actually very well done from him. The best he could have done in that situation was exactly what he tried to do, so well played from him. It was just a really close goal overall. So I won the kickoff here. He ended up getting back to the ball. I was taking a little bit too long to make up my mind. I ended up taking his boost here to start off the starvation. Now I make a good wall hit. It could have been on target, but that is okay because now I can take his boost and get a play going because of this. And I'm just waiting for him to overcommit to a ball. That way I can take possession. And I take a half flip challenge, which almost gets me a free goal. So that's a very nice way to turn yourself from backward to forward and get a shot on net without your opponent expecting it. It was actually a very close play. Well done from Derek though. So Derek tried to control it in there with a nice little touch on target, just a little bit off with his control. He was pushed up a little bit too far out of his goal, and it just gave me too much space to take any kind of power shot I wanted. But it was a nice shot for me, but it was really difficult for Derek to get any kind of save on that. It was close from him, but the only thing he could have done differently in that situation was head back to goal and try to get a better save on it. So it was an unlucky bounce, I guess, off kickoff. Just gave him a bad situation to be in. He was in goal, had nothing to do but wait for the shot, and I took a pretty well placed shot, which was very difficult for Derek to save, but well done overall from him to give it an attempt. So this was very risky of me to go for. I should not have went for that, and this was my first game of the day, so I was making a lot of these iffy errors, and I wasn't liking the way I was playing too much. But that was an error right there that you should definitely not make. There was no reason for me to go for that aerial. I think it was a little bit of ambition that I just wanted to get the shot because I know I could score that. But it's just a little bit too dangerous, especially if you miss, you put yourself way out of the play. It was just a bad move from me. Well done from Derek though to get the control and put it in my goal at the end. So I used the half flip again to get a challenge and turn toward the ball again. I'm just going to take a shot on net, wait for the return, and go for another shot, and continue the cycle as I've said in other episodes. Good saves here from Derek. Very well done from Derek here. Now I'm waiting to get possession again. I'm going to go for a fake shot because now Derek knows I've been power shotting this entire time, so I can just go for fake shots now. Try to make him think I'm going to do something and then do the opposite. And that's what you want to do, guys. Be as unpredictable as possible. So here's a very nice challenge from Derek. Almost gets the goal with the double tap. But overall, that's what you want to do, especially when you're coming at someone who's dribbling. Just make the most unexpected challenge as possible. I know all I have to do in this situation is take control of the ball, get boost, and go for shots on net. I do have a good lead, so I don't have to go too far into anything, trying to be as passive as possible and not rush myself into bad situations. So it was a failed dribble, but at the same time he did well to recover and end up bumping me. I'm not sure if this was entirely on purpose, but it was a good play. On purpose or not, it got me and it scored a goal. That's all you need in the end. A goal's a goal, right? Derek's kickoffs weren't that bad to beat. I feel like he doesn't have the greatest kickoffs, and the dominance might have been affecting that for him. But that is definitely a big part of it. I did win a good 50-50 there. I was just a little bit quicker to the ball than he was, and that's the only reason why I was able to win that like I was. This kickoff, I normally win over most people, so I had a feeling I was going to get a goal off this, but I think I just overplayed it a little bit too much. I shouldn't have went for a shot there. Derek made a good save to get back to net, and he also gets ball possession out of it. So it was a very nice play from Derek, and he's going to end up getting boost control because of all that play as well. So very well done from him. Almost gets it back to his goal, but he ends up having to play it back because he's in an odd situation. Now I realized that I don't have that much boost, so I ended up panicking, which gave him a free goal. So that was a poor play from me. Really well done from Derek though. Pretty smart play to turn around and challenge that ball after I made the mistake. So I win the kickoff again here, trying to take ball possession. I ended up rolling up the wall to set myself up for a shot, and Derek had no boost to defend it. Overall, good play, but Derek could have done a little bit better. Possibly if he picked up a couple pads and went back to net, he could have had a save, but he might have not been expecting me to go for a shot that risky for a 1v1. But it was very difficult to save. Overall, there wasn't much he could have done. Poor challenge for me. I shouldn't have double jumped for that. Left me out of the play for a little bit too long. Derek made a good job there to catch the ball and start heading toward my net. I just got back very fast. I could have went for a shot there, but it was smart not to, since if I did go for a shot, he was going to hit it past me and probably beat me to the ball, which would have led to him scoring a goal. So I'm trying to take boost possession here. Derek ends up trying to body me off the ball to get himself a free shot. I had just enough boost to get back to the ball and start getting another play on target on his net to get another shot cycle started. He didn't have enough boost after he went back to make the save, and he was in an awkward position to try to get to that. And it was a pretty well played shot. Overall, wasn't really anything he could have done differently, but back when he was boost starting me and bumping me on my end, he could have probably done a little better in that situation, and that's the only way he could have stopped that play from developing. So I get the demo here with only 10 seconds left, and that's going to end the game. Have a little fun with this last shot. He's not going to go for a save because there's no point in that spot. But that's going to be game 1, guys. We did end up winning. I'm pretty sure we get a division up from this game, which is perfect. That starts us off very well, which leads us to Superstar Division 4, I believe, which is going to give us a good boost. So within the next 2 episodes, we should be in Champion, guys. So we are getting very, very close to that Grand Champ rank. We're almost there. Probably another 20 episodes, maybe less. I don't know. The less, the better it is, because the sooner that this series finishes, I can start with the Solo Q2 series and the Solo Standard series as well. For all you guys that want to see that, the 2 series will be first, and then after that will be the 3 series. So I'll try to give you guys tips on rotations, where to be, and all that good stuff. So we found our second game of the episode, guys, after a good 30 minutes of queue times, and rematch against a player who I have had troubles against in the past. He's a very passive, very smart play style, very, very good overall player, and that is Moses. He is a member of the team Exodus alongside Garrett G and Turtle. Very, very solid overall player, very tough to break down, very smart with his shooting and play style overall. So I knew this wasn't going to be an easy game, but I knew it was definitely winnable. Moses is a player that you have to be very careful playing against. I had a very nice pressure play started at the beginning of this game, made it hard for him to get it out of his zone, kept taking his boost going back and forth, taking as much shots as possible, but he eventually got boost. He eventually broke out of the play, and I had to go back at some point. He made a pretty smart challenge. I tried to make a touch away just so I have enough time to get back and grab boost. But I know Moses' playstyle is a lot of power shots and head back as fast as possible, or wait for whatever hit happens next. So I knew he was going to be going steady pressure, shot after shot, so I had to get clears as quick as possible. When you're playing a player like this, you have to be very smart with your clears, very smart with how you handle their shots and their hits toward your goal. Now if you make a bad hit when they make a shot toward your goal, they're normally going to get a rebound and take a free goal out of it. So you have to be very smart when it comes to safely hitting balls to the wall and clearing out difficult situations. Now, when you have a break against a player like this, you have to score it every time, or else you're going to be missing out on those free goals. Every goal you can get, you have to take against a solid player, guys. Now, if a kickoff goal comes across and this happens to you, don't go for that. That was horrible for me. I should never have went for that. That was way too risky. There was no way I was getting that angle, and that just gave up a free goal. And that's just a very unfortunate way to give away a goal. If I had been more patient, taken his boost, started a play from there, been less risky, I could have possibly ended up with the 2-0 lead right now. A patient playstyle in 1v1s is much more effective than a fast, risky playstyle. Most of the time, a more patient player will beat a more fast, up-paced player simply because they'll go for risky stuff that they can't always hit. Now this is something you have to focus on while you're trying to improve in 1v1s. Now, what you're going for and what you're not going for, learning what's smart to challenge or what you should wait back on, learning what boost to go for, if it's necessary to even go for boost, if you could save it with just a couple of pads. Those are all things that you need. Those are all necessary things that you need that will help you out in this game, especially for 1v1s, guys. You don't want to be going out for a boost, especially playing a player like Moses, who can take a shot from almost any angle from the side, and it will be a very powerful, hard to save shot. You don't want to be going for boost against a player like this. He can take shots from crazy angles, and it will just leave you in a very bad situation every time. So all you want to do, if you're playing a player like this, be smart with your boost. Don't put yourself out of position unnecessarily. Like in that situation right there, he took a shot on goal. All I had to do was put it to the side, stay in my goal, and it would have been fine. I could have cleared his next shot and then his next shot, and I still had enough boost to do so. I got a little bit too antsy, felt like I needed to take his boost, and there he goes. Took a very nice angle shot, and I wasn't expecting it. I was able to get back to that save there. Because I kept 20 boosts or so after the kickoff, I was able to use my flip, use that boost, get to supersonic speed, get back to the ball, save it, and then safely play the ball out of my zone. Now all I'm trying to do with this amount of time left with a 1-goal lead is keep him away from any kind of dribble play. I'm going to try to make any kind of hit I can to waste time, keep the ball away from him, and at the same time put a little bit of pressure on his goal to make him boost starved and a little bit scared that I might possibly get a goal. So I want him to play more defensive. I don't want him to get a chance on my goal. So I'm trying to play as smart as possible. He gets a very nice wall hit there and nearly gets it in. I made a rough challenge in his half, almost left me in a bad position. If his shot was on target, it would have been bad news for me and it would have tied up the game at 3-3. I was able to get it safely cleared, but I did not have boost. I decided to keep pressure on it. I realized Moses was going to get there before me, so I went for his boost, made a very rough 50-50. He ended up getting the best of that and nearly getting it past me. I do get a piece of it and just struggle to get it out of my half for the last little bit of this game. I'm trying to get a dribble play going. I flick a little bit too early. Moses does get a free save. Because of how he saved that to a corner, he was able to keep possession and start a dangerous play. Luckily, he does not get the shot he wanted. I was able to get a pretty easy clear off of that, and he does end up blowing me up. I was pretty scared here because if I spawned on the other side, it probably would have been a goal. But because I spawned on that side, he had to guess 50-50. Which side am I going to spawn on? He shot to the far right. I ended up spawning on the far right, and I got a free goal because of it. If he had shot to the other side, it definitely would have been a goal. Just a lucky play from me, and pretty unlucky on Moses' end. But in this situation, it was 4-2. I had a little bit of time left. I went for a cheeky little double tap off of that clear. He was able to get back to it in time, and he was going to get a play started from this. I use a half up to get back as fast as possible. I feel like I have enough time for the boost. He doesn't get the flick that he wants, so now I can get a play started and waste as much time as I possibly can. I take a poor shot, could have actually had a goal off of that, and then make a horrible play. I try to get it to roll up the curve of the wall to save me enough time to get back to my goal, but instead I make a perfect pass to him, and it just ends up being a free goal with some easy control from the Moses. So now I put myself in a scary situation. There is 28 seconds left. It's 4-3. It's a 1-goal difference now, and all it takes is one mistake from me. He ends up winning the kickoff, but I do have enough time to get back to it, make a pretty easy clear, and now all I have to do is waste the time out. So I take a pretty hard shot at him, make it difficult for him to make an easy clear, throw it up a wall, try to waste as much time as I can. He ends up taking a pretty solid shot from that angle, and I do get a save to end the game off. Gets back center, all I have to do is hit it to the ground, and that's it. And that's going to be the end of the game. Final score is 4-3. Very weird game when it comes to the goals scored. We do get our division up. We are now Division 5 Superstar. That much closer to champion. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you.